Alright, hello everyone and welcome into BFME 2. This time it's going to be patch 1.00. I was asked to make a commentary on this replay been sent to me by Blinky, also known as Lazar. So we got two players, we are on map Rohan, it's 1v1. We got CC playing as Goblins, and his opponent is going to be Arangel playing as Man of the West. Map is Rohan, we got 4 outposts over there and 2 signal fires. On the side of Goblin player we will get really early Goblin rush with double Goblin cave, and on the side of Man of the West it's going to be a rag opening with farm. Not really impressive build order out of man player. Actually 1.00 Goblin Warriors making so much damage that they can definitely even take down the fortress if there are like 5 of them and they receive War Chant or Thunderland is on them. Let's check the power points though. Arangel hasn't been choose yet power point. He's going for another farm and he's getting the tower for a time being just to check out the middle side. As we can see now, the Gondor soldiers already get the shield wall formation. This is pretty important for man player, because if you're fighting with Goblin warriors you don't want to get that much damage to your units. That's why the shield formation may work out perfectly. CC decided to go for the outposts from both sides because he's only on one tunnel and he does not provide himself with enough resources in order to keep up the production tab. He's going at the moment for another tunnel because he needs to. And as we can see, CC just took the outpost and maybe even taken down by the Gondor player, the Man of the West player, but we'll see how it goes. Poison blades into the Goblin warriors and now the Gondor soldiers are going to take down the outpost. Pretty well done taking down the first outpost, but the entire battalion will be killed in the same time by the Goblin warriors. So that's a slide of victory I think on the side of man. But of course Goblins still possess the battalion of Goblin warriors. They can wreak havoc into the base of Man of the West. Man of the West now is going for the archer range and is going fully infantry while taking the outpost on the left side. And as we can see, another battalion of Goblin warriors will wreak havoc towards the outpost or maybe kill some Gondor soldiers. That may even happen. So now it's a miscontrol out of the Man of the West player, and let's check out who is host. Okay, we got lots of players over there watching this replay for some unexpected reason. So the Gondor soldiers will be able to stay alive, although they will not be able to take anything else. There are like 4 remains. And as we can see, Goblin player is not even able at the moment to take down any farms of the opponent side. It's really good micro out of man player. On the side of Goblin he got to go for more tunnels, and definitely Spider Pit is a good pick over there. Also nice placements on the farms for Otto. He saw most of the map, most of the important parts of the map. And he got also the Gondor archers. They're pretty decent in order to protect the base, in order to protect the farms. Builder been catch and killed also, so CC is only one builder at the moment, which is not ideal for the Goblin player. While he would like to progress with the tunnels and get himself more space, he is not allowed to do it. Still, this Gondor soldier battalion will kill a couple of Goblin warriors. They are not here to kill the entire battalion, and definitely the outpost now will be taken down by the Goblin player. Of course, Goblin player got easier access to the other outposts. This is why Rohan map is not really balanced over there, while Gondor player, or rather Man of the West player, is not almost able to take the outpost on his side of the map because the troller is so near the outpost that he can kill the Gondor soldiers that will be nearby. While Goblin player got this advantage that he can pick up those 2 outposts at the very beginning of the game. So it only shows that Rohan map, at least on 1.00, is not balanced at all, like nothing is on this patch. As we can see, Goblin warriors, just a couple of them were able to pick up the farm, but they will be cleared up by the Gondor soldiers. and farm will be recreated. Even if it's not going to give Arangel lots of resources, it will keep up with the command points lead, and this is pretty important. Rallying call been used, and the cave was also, so it only shows that now Gondor player will be able to push back the goblins. They're not a threat against Gondor archers and also those Gondor soldiers. Although Goblin got the advantage of the micromanagement and can definitely deal some damage towards farms in order to destroy them and get himself more and more power points. As we can see, we got 6 power points almost for the Goblin player, and on the side of Men of the West it's almost the same, as they trying to push back each other all the time. Now as we can see, Goblin doesn't have lots of units, actually none of those units, because he invests lots of resources into the spider pit, which is a really important structure for Goblin. Actually entire army that Goblin will create is those spider riders will be their backbones, and they will definitely deal a significant amount of damage. They're so OP. They're not good, they're OP in this patch, and they're dealing on bow mode tons of damage, as always, as also on the spurs. They're dealing tons of damage towards the opponent side. But as we can see, because of those spider riders that Goblin player would like to get into his disposal, he doesn't have units. He doesn't really need to, because those spider riders will clear up all the infantry that appeared on the map, all those Gondor soldiers and Gondor archers. But we got to admire that Otto was able to pick up the outpost from his opponent's side, and he's picked up the other one on his side also. So now he's boosting up his economy a bit, trying to get the tower guards also. And he got the advantage of aggressively attacking his opponent, being on offense, and trying to deal damage towards his opponent, while his opponent is still stuck at home, trying to protect himself, and he will eventually doing it with those spider riders, because there is nothing that Gondor player could throw at him that may kill those spider riders. But it's definitely going to stop Goblin player from expanding like he should. He got for himself another builder and he's trying to do it, but he lost the outposts. And now there is a stables coming up for Gondor player. One thing to be mentioned over there, we got almost 10 power points for Goblin player also, and he may go for Dunland over there in order to pick up some production structures for Gondor player, for Men of the West players. So Men of the West got to be really prepared for this. Maybe those 8 power points will go into the rebuild. That may work out pretty decently. If those knights will appear, also the army will be pop out all the time. So here we go, running call been used, and we got spiderling summon actually instead of anything else. The knights will appear, but they are not enough against spider riders. Spider riders are so OP on bow mode, they deal significant amount of damage, and without Theoden and Rohirrim's, there is no way that you can kill them. Here we go. The links have been summoned over there, and the knights are trying to kill the goblin warriors also in order to clear up the links, but there is not going to be that easy task. As we can see, the links are dealing significant amount of damage, and it seems that stables is going down. So taking rid of stables was a really good idea on the side of Goblin. He got to deal enough damage in order to move forward and get those spider riders that he got at the moment 3 battalions, and working towards receiving another one to be that much mobile. As you can see, the builder been lost by Goblin player, Miss Micro over there also. It may cost a bit, but still with the backup spider riders he can definitely win the game only with those spider riders. And this is what I really dislike in 1.00, because the micromanagement over here and overall the composition of units that you as a player got to get is not that huge of the deal. Definitely for Goblin player, who got only to get those spider riders in like 6 battalions and get them on bow mode, which doesn't require lots of micromanagement and a skill. Sorry to point it out, but it's just the truth, and I think maybe it's just my opinion, but I think that put it up the Goblin spider riders on bow mode is not a big deal. Pushing the R button and to tangle the weapons. We got 3 goblin caves, so there will be lots of pop outs of goblin warriors and really good macro could definitely end up this game in Goblin's favor, which it seems that's going on at the moment, with Goblin Spider Riders wreaking havoc towards the tower guards. Now there is a Boromir. Boromir is just a really good hero against Spider Riders if he receives level 2 and will be able to use the Horn of Gondor. As we can see on the side of Goblin player, there is no micromanagement also. He could easily micro out the Goblin Spider Riders and lose them at all, not even give experience towards Boromir, but it doesn't even happen. Boromir is halfway here in order to receive level 2 and Horn of Gondor, so it's really important. Also, man player is keep up with the Tom Bombadil. He is not going forward with it, it's not summoning it yet, because he knew that there is on the side some Goblin Spider Riders. They may wreak havoc and kill all those battalions that appear on the map. There is a rallying call used, and it seems that Boromir will receive level 2, and this is pretty important. Also, Spider Riders miss micro is something that you would definitely disagree with, and you don't want to get into this. Really nice rid of the builder, although he could just crush him and don't waste time. There is also Eomer. Eomer is just here to get a spear throw. There is on 1.00 for some reason on level 5, but Eomer is leveling up like crazy on this patch, and although leadership was taken. As we can see, Spider Riders on level 5 wasn't effective by the Horn of Gondor, but the entire battalion been lost by miss micro of the Goblin player, and I think it's the pinnacle role that that's why Goblin player is now pushed back by his opponent. He could easily overtake and overwhelm his opponent with Goblin Spider Riders and Goblin Warriors alike, but he is not able to do it due to the fact that his micro is lacking. The amount of damage that Spider Riders did from the entire game is completely disastrous for the Gondor player, for the Man of the West player, but he's still trying to protect himself and protect the Boromir as much as possible. He got heal ready. Healer can heal up the entire Boromir up to full health, so it's really important to remember that as well. As we can see, the tower guards been taken down by the Spider Riders pretty easily, even without the aggressive stance. They're only on the battle stance. So if they get into aggressive stance, they could easily pick up those units. Now Goblin will not attack the tower guards and Boromir. Boromir already received the Horn of Gondor, but the alliance from the Goblin warriors are enough, and I think Goblin will move out. There is the Horn of Gondor that doesn't really catch that much of those. Oh, actually it catch those Goblin Spider Riders, and those Spider Riders will be killed actually with Sonic Song, and allows Eomer even to level up. We got a water summon defensively. It was forced upon a Goblin player who is losing the ground and losing the very important unit. The only unit that is important at this point for him, actually, those Spider Riders. So it doesn't seems to go in his favor. He was forced to use the water in order to rid of the army and not allow the opponent to move forward with it and deal more damage. Another spider pit will be created immediately after this one, because there is no other hope for the Goblin player to stay alive and deal enough damage towards his opponent's army. Also, the Tom Bombadil now is really important hero, really important summon, because it can stop the Spider Riders. And Boromir also, like Eomer, got to be really careful about what they are doing in the base of Goblin player. While there are only 2 battalions of Goblin Spider Riders, there also are going to be more and more Goblin warriors, so they got to go near its own army. Also, we got Spider Rider battalion level 5, really nicely developed, and as a Goblin player you definitely don't want to lose such a battalion in such a, I got to say, stupid manner without micromanagement. Boromir may be killed, but he was able to use Horn of Gondor, and as we can see, Eomer with the Knights of Gondor will be able to pick up level 5 for him, and also the entire Spider Pit on level 2 has been picked up. As we can see, Goblin doesn't have enough units on the map, and Spider Rider has been taken down. So also those Goblin caves are going to be taken down by Eomer and Knights of Gondor. They are really well developed also. And it seems that there are no other tunnels for the Goblin player. Even the builder for him is out of this base, so it seems that it's going to be one-sided and it's going to be GG. One thing that Goblin is trying to achieve is using the links and deal some damage, but there is fully upgraded base, fully upgraded armored base for the man player, and there is going to be GG. Nothing to be end up happening in this game different that the spider pit been rid of and Horn of Gondor been used like 3 times in order to stop spider riders from moving. Also, there was only one time that Tom Bombadil been seeing on the map, and that not really big but really threatened army of tower guards and the Horn of Gondor forced Goblin players to use water just to defend his base, which is never a good case if you don't have any follow-up after that. So this game, it just shows that 1.00 doesn't have lots of good looking strategies overall, and Rohan as a map is completely unbalanced in terms of outposts and outposts that both the players may take, because while the top side player may take the left side outpost, it's pretty hard to take the right side outpost for him, because of the troller is so nearby the outpost and can be triggered by the units that you send to capture the outpost, while the bottom side player is able to pick up both the outposts without any problems, even early on with only like Goblin warriors. So Rohan map overall in 1.00 is not really balanced map. There are few other maps that are more balanced, but players rather play really fast-paced games with the outposts, with the additional and extra income in their packets. So this is why we got Rohan map on 1.00 played most of the time. Anyway, I'm really glad at least that this game was 1k resources start, so we haven't seen heroes start first, because it's definitely not require any more skill than that to heal up your heroes if you're a force of light, in order to give them back their full health, and it's definitely passed forward the game like in 5 minutes, so it's not really impressive overall. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you enjoy nonetheless, and comment, rate, subscribe, and feel free to comment. Bye bye.